The following video is an overview of the Math Instructional Plan for the 2011-2012 school year for grades 3 through 5. The second page gives you an overview of the authors involved in creating the document. The rationale page is very similar to that of last year's, however a few additions have been made. Flex days have been added, which are days that are built in for teachers to review or extend lessons, and these days can also be used to give the big idea or district assessments. The teachers who created the document also thought it was important to notate the chapter planner, which is located at the beginning of each TE. The electronic version of the chapter planner is a great resource because it provides information on supplemental resources such as Destination Math, iTools, and MegaMath, and it gives you the specific activities for each lesson within GoMath. New to the plan this year is a recommended daily time frame for GoMath lessons. Teachers are encouraged to spend about 5 minutes on the engagement component, about 15 to 20 minutes on the teach and talk component, about 30 to 40 minutes practicing, and about 5 minutes summarizing. On the column in which it says description of activities, there's a menu of options for teachers to choose from when creating their lessons. Again, these time frames are approximate and it depends on the lesson how much time you would devote to each component. Also keep in mind that flex days are built in for additional review days and assessment days. The long-range planner gives you a breakdown of when big ideas 1, 2, and 3 should be taught. There's also assessment days, FCAT review days, and getting ready for the following grade level days built into the long-range planner. Not found in the instructional plan, but found in your toolbox, are specific days of flex days and assessment days. So, for third grade, before FCAT, there are a total of 27 days, which are either flex days or assessment days, which are in addition to introducing lessons. Grade 4 has 35 additional days, and Grade 5 has 34 days before FCAT for review or assessment purposes. Now, looking at the big idea overview, the top of the page gives you the big idea along with supporting ideas which are embedded with that big idea and instructional language that is taught within that big idea. In the middle of the page is the suggested pacing guide. This pacing guide is very vague. It gives you approximate days for the different chapters, and you'll find more specific dates within your toolbox. We also included different resources to help with instruction. Think Central resources include MegaMath and iTools and assessment pieces. You'll also find RTI components to help with Tier 1, 2, and 3 instruction, and SOAR to Success codes to support tiered instruction. On the next page, you'll find additional resources that may or may not be included with GoMath. You'll see technology connections, journal ideas, extension and enrichment ideas, and literature connections. On this page, you will see the overview of the standards. On the left column, you will find the listing of the benchmark and clarifications that help to understand the benchmark a little bit better. On the right column, you'll find the specific chapter and lessons that correlate with each benchmark. You'll also find the content limits that help teachers understand how much to teach within a benchmark. Some benchmarks may not have content limits, as you'll see here. The same setup is used for big ideas 2 and 3. After FCAT, you'll find getting ready for the next grade level resources. These resources are found in the Florida Benchmark Practice Book, and teachers can use the planning guide or end of the year resources for a TE. There is a pacing guide along with resources you can use for assessments and review projects from the big ideas, which are found again in the Florida Benchmarks Practice Books and Planning Guide. A similar setup is used for the benchmark page. However, as you'll notice, some of the benchmarks build from previous grade to prepare for future grades. You'll also notice that some may have content limits and some may not. Content limits were based on the future year's benchmark. I hope this plan is useful for you in teaching math for the 2011-2012 school year.